Do you ever get that feeling, constantly busy, always rushing around, but somehow never quite having enough time? Where your to-do list just seems to, grow on its own. It feels pretty universal, right? Reminds me of that William Penn quote. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst.
Yeah, that quote really hits the nail on the head for what we're digging into today. We've gathered up your sources, articles, expert takes to sort of unpack how to get your time back. And it's not just about cramming more in, it's more fundamental. It's about shifting how you actually see time itself.
And it seems like almost everyone wants this shift.
Oh, absolutely. The stats are quite telling. Like 90% of people, they believe better time management would seriously boost their productivity at work. And get this, 76% say they'd actually spend 15 to 30 minutes a day to make it happen. So the desire is definitely there.
But that desire bumps right up against that phrase we all use, probably daily. I just don't have time. Our forces suggest that's often. Well, not the whole story.
Exactly. It's often code for something else. Laura Vanderkam has this fantastic analogy, the broken water heater. Imagine you come home, basement's flooded. You don't sigh and say, oh, well, no time this week. No. You find those 7 hours, right? For plumbers, cleanup, whatever it takes.
Right. You just do it. No question.
But ask that same person at the start of the week, can you find 7 hours to train for that triathlon you dream about? Suddenly it's, oh, no way, I'm swamped. Just no time. So I don't have time usually means it's not a priority right now.
That reframing is. Wow.
Powerful.
And the actual math makes it even clearer, doesn't it? We might have more time than we realize.
We absolutely do. It's kind of surprising when you break it down. There are 168 hours in a week, every week. So, okay, let's say 40 hours for a full-time job. Fair enough. And maybe 8 hours sleep a night. That's 56 hours. Add those up. You still have 72 hours left over. 72.
32 hours. That's almost 3 full days.
Exactly. It really brings it home that it's less about a lack of time and much more about conscious choice. How are we choosing to spend that big chunk of time?
Okay, so if we have the time, theoretically,
Mm-hmm.
how do we actually make those choices work? What do the sources say about, getting things done with those 72 hours?
Well, a few core ideas keep popping up. First, it's about clarity and prioritizing. You need clear goals, not just a vague wish list, but actual achievable goals. And then you got to rank your tasks. Importance, urgency. Think like that Eisenhower matrix, Urgent, important. Focus on the important stuff before it becomes urgent.
Right, being strategic, not just reactive. Makes sense.
Precisely. Which leads right into planning and allocating time. Know your priorities. Great. Now map it out. Doesn't mean scheduling every single minute, but things like time blocking, really effective. Dedicate chunks of time to your big tasks. Treat them like unbreakable appointments.
So predicting that time is as important as scheduling it, blocking out distractions.
Yes, exactly. That's the next piece. Streamlining and minimizing distractions. Finding ways to work smarter. Maybe batching similar tasks, emails all at once, calls together. Using templates. And crucially, tackling those distractions head on. Turn off notifications. Create a space where you can actually focus. A lot of this also involves dealing with procrastination. Maybe breaking big, scary tasks into tiny steps.
So it's less about hyperproductivity nonstop and more about intentionality. Even with rest.
Absolutely. It's a huge mindset shift. Productive well-being isn't about being on 24/7. Our sources talk about active rest, even deliberate time wasting. It means consciously stepping away, reading a novel, taking a walk, doing something just for fun. It's not laziness. It actually refuels you, sparks creativity, prevents burnout, makes you better when you are working.
That connects perfectly with that Abigail Barnes insight. When you change the way you look at your time, the time you have will change. It really is about perspective.
It is. And it all comes back to action. That saying, knowledge isn't power, action is. You don't need a massive overhaul. Small things, like just track your time for a few days, see where it really goes. Try time blocking, just one key task each day. Those little adjustments, they add up. Big time.
What a fascinating deep dive. It feels like the takeaway isn't about finding some magic extra hour, but about being deliberate, being intentional with the hours we already have, really aligning what we do each day with what we genuinely care about.
Exactly. So maybe the thought to leave you with is this. What could your life look like if you started treating your deepest goals, your personal priorities, with the exact same urgency you'd give that sudden crisis? Like that broken water heater.
Yeah.
How might things change?